Meow, meow, meow.
There we go. Now I'm starting to see some people here. How you doing, Jenny? I just realized I didn't turn on the ceiling fan. Give me a second. It's a little hot if you do that. Morning, Steve. Hi, John. Hi, Bite.
Meow, meow.
Yeah, there he is, making his appearance here. I'm doing good, Jenny. I'm doing good. This is one of those weeks at work I could really get used to because we were off on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which meant I basically was off from last Sunday until through Friday. Then I had to work yesterday, and now I'm off for 3 more days. I work on Wednesday. I'm off again on Thursday, Friday. I work on Saturday, and then I have a long weekend. So, yeah, I could get used to that. In fact, it was really cool because the company had been shut down for the Christmas holidays. They basically just turned everything off. So it's a big elaborate process to start everything up again at work. And there's multiple lines, and it turns out that my line was the last line they decided to get going. And so I didn't actually have to do any work yesterday until like almost an hour before I went home. So I could definitely live with that. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I like the elevated planters too. I think they're going to be very cool when we start gardening this spring. Looking forward to that already. But I wanted to kind of get the thing done ahead of time so that I could, give the soil a little time to acclimate and develop, some of the nutrients that will naturally, develop, get some of the earthworms and stuff like that in there to start making it really fertile. I mean, we're starting with really fertile soil to begin with, but give it just every time everything a little chance to like stabilize. Happy New Year to you too, and to you too, Bite, and to you too, Nibble. Kind of peeking your head around the corner right there. See how timid she is. She is kind of stays there in the corner, peers around the corner until she thinks the kitty treats are coming, and then she'll kind of casually saunter on out. Let's see how far she'll go here. And that's usually what she does. She comes to the end of the hall, she sits and looks for a while, makes sure it's safe. And then what she'll do is she'll kind of go around the easy chair, which is like right here. She'll come around the back side of that and pop up right here. That's what she usually does. No, I haven't heard from Jeff in a few days. Yeah, maybe I'll send him a message on Facebook, see how he's doing. Because people were asking about that on Christmas Day too. Yeah, we'll have to maybe look into that. Well, it sounded like he was pulling through. The worst was behind him, but who knows? Sunday is one of those days he'll often pop on here, so maybe we'll see him by the end of the thing. I guess I could see if he said anything on Facebook here. Let's see, has he posted anything? I guess all I can see is just the stuff that he's posted on the site, on the Facebook page. So I don't know. I'll have to check into that afterwards. No, I guess I didn't see any of Jordan's Christmas light live streams. He actually live streamed them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Steve. He often pops in here. Sometimes he's a little late because he's getting off of church and all that. But he also said that like last week his church service was canceled because he was sick. So I don't know if that's still that way. Thank you, Prairie Back. Yeah, that's a big part of the reason why I don't bring politics into this. Politics divides, no matter what side you're on. It's always us versus them, and that's not a good thing. We need to be working together, not pitting ourselves against each other. Hello, Sir Adam. Oh, I hear Nibble again. Yep, there she is coming down the hall. Let's see if we can coax her over here. Get the mouse tray out of the way here. Here's one for you too, Nibble. Okay, Bite gets it. I didn't fool him with that one this time, did I? That almost fooled Bite. And sometimes that's the best we get with Nibble. But she's got to get her treats too. Live streamed some LA houses that were lit up more than the Griswolds. Well, that one I showed you the other night, that was pretty intense. Pretty intense too. I think I mentioned even that Clark Griswold would have been proud of that one. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? You like the guitar wall? You want to jam? Yeah. Right now those are decoration. I don't even know how to play them, so it'd be a pretty boring jam session. My mom's doing good, Jenny. We did a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day live stream a couple days ago, and she actually came on and talked to everyone. You ought to go back and watch that if you didn't see it already. Yeah, that's true. There's like only four chords in in most music. In fact, I saw a funny video once a number of years ago. Some just two guys that got together and they kind of showed people the four chords, and then noticed that there was like a common progression that like almost every song uses. And then they went and played a whole bunch of different songs that all basically use the same chord progression. So it was pretty funny. What am I going to grow in the planters? It's going to be vegetables. It's going to be stuff I can eat. Haven't decided what yet, although, I got some ideas of things. I've always loved fresh tomatoes, so I'm going to grow, uh, some fresh tomatoes. I'm going to probably grow some jalapeno peppers. I like carrots. I like, Brussels sprouts. I like broccoli, so, I'll figure out what grows well here, and that's what we're going to grow. Hope it does good. I understand the previous owner's reasoning for putting the planter where it is. That's really the best place in the yard for in terms of sun and all that. So thanks, Adam. I'm glad you were able to make this one, and I'm glad you like the videos. Obviously somebody likes them because you guys watch them. So you keep watching them. I'll keep making them. Where do I keep the mouse ears that I got from Disney? That's still in the bathroom. Yeah, I thought that was appropriate. You're getting an inch of snow in Minnesota today. Huh? Wow. I guess that's better than a foot of snow, huh? No, no, Flash hasn't made it here yet. I haven't been able to go get her. I don't want to really fly her out here. It's one thing for the cats, it's another thing for her. So I actually think I want to go get her. And right now, all the coronavirus stuff, just hasn't been possible. Haven't been able to drive to California yet because if I did, I'd get put on quarantine from work again. And I don't want to do that. Yeah, I was just looking outside. It's about 65 here. It's supposed to be in the 70s, which is really unusually warm for this time of year. The advantage of making a California trip is, I can, visit some friends and go see my mom and my sister and all that stuff. We'll make a trip of it. Hopefully maybe earlier next year because I would love to have Flash here. Yeah, this hasn't been one of the best years, has it? Holy cow! There's snow in New York last week, but it's gone now. Okay. Yeah, I guess snow is a little bit more special to me because I've never really lived any place where it snows, and now it does snow here occasionally. Not a whole bunch, but it's possible. So I know many of the costume cast members from Disney. Your cousin used to be Anna from Frozen and Jasmine from Aladdin. I was over mostly on the California Adventure side, and basically the Frozen and Aladdin stuff was more Disneyland side. But there was some crossovers. So if they did anything, if those people did anything like on the Pixar Play Parade or Paint the Night when that was over in California Adventure, then yeah, I may very well know them. In a lot of cases, I know the face without maybe knowing the name. And it's really bad when you're dealing with a character because now you gotta learn not only what they look like as a normal person, but when they're in character. I'm bad enough with names as it is. So 25 in western Minnesota, yeah, that's like a heat wave in the middle of winter. Her name is Cassie Simone. I don't remember the name, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't recognize her if I saw her. I used to be the guy that drove the floats in the parade, so it's possible I crossed paths with her. When it snows in New York, it gets cold at night. The snow turns into ice. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Hi, Linda. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. It's a bummer about London being shut down. The same thing's going on in California too. I keep hearing from my mom about that. How long was I at Disney? About 11 years. Although I don't really want to count it all because there were big chunks of time where they'd shut down for long periods of time. So, while the period between when I started with the company and when I quit the company was 11 years, there was probably only 9.5 or 10 years of work time in there. Because they randomly shut the parade down for you know a month or 6 months or a year or something. That was the thing that shook out a lot of people. Uh, about the time I moved because I kind of made the decision the previous summer that I was going to move, and after the Christmas season in 2018, 2019, um, the parade stopped and it didn't start again until later on that year, until Christmas season came up again. So, basically from about the 5th or 6th of January, I didn't work one day. So I ended up, spending all that time getting the house ready to sell. And here we are. And now a year later, they basically shut the thing down and laid everyone off. So it was good timing. Everything just kind of fell into place. Well, like I said before, Adam, it's very possible I know her. I just don't recognize the name. And like I said, the two characters that you mentioned from Frozen and what was the other one? Aladdin. Um, those were primarily Disneyland things, but they might have been there in the Christmas parade. And sometimes I work Christmas parade. So it's possible I know who it is, and oftentimes, if they do, if they're in the parades department, they aren't just necessarily on one parade. They may be bouncing around to different shows and different parks. So never too late to learn to play guitar. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of musical inclination. You know, my parents tried to kind of force that on me when I was a kid because music was such a big part of their life, and I don't know, it just didn't take. So, what was my decision-making process in the move? It had been coming for a long time. It really was starting with the fact that the job was going nowhere, and there just didn't seem to be a future for me. And there was one day. I used to be a trainer over at Disneyland. I train other people to drive floats. Well, there's one day that they came up with a bogus reason, and they took my training knowledge away from me for no real reason. Um, and because of that, I had made the decision at that point. Okay, that's it. I'm done. You know, I'm out of here. I'm going to sell my house. In fact, I called my dad on the phone right after that happened and says, "That's it. I've made my decision. Um, I'm out of here." And just kind of went from there. And that was a little over 2 years ago because I was like in the middle of summer. So, you know, this summer 2 years ago. 27 degrees in Vermont and a little bit of snow. Okay. Yeah, it's like 65 out here in windy today. I never drove the Pete's Dragon float, but I've been in it. That was always considered one of the more advanced floats. Although it's funny, I've driven a couple of the most advanced floats ever driven at Disneyland, in any of the parks. So you know, it's just weird that that's not one of them. 'How's the job going? The job is going great. I'm really happy there. You know, this couple of weeks have been really great because, as you know, I work Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and every other Wednesday. Well, it just worked out that last week, because the Christmas day is off, I got a 6 day weekend. Went back to work yesterday for one day. Only worked probably 10% of the day because it took that long to get my line going. And now I'm off for another 3 days. I go back for one day on Wednesday, then I get Thursday and Friday off for New Year's. Then go back on Saturday, and then I have my 4 day weekend. So yeah, there's almost no working this couple weeks. 65 degrees is kind of warm for us too. Just a week ago it was in the 30s and 40s. It was probably in the 50s when I was building those planters, and a week before that, it was that was why I was doing some indoor projects because it was actually really cold outside. My dad sang in the church choir. He loved doing that. His parents, both his mom and dad, were opera singers, professional opera singers, and that's how they met. Is they were performing together. So yeah, there was definitely some music in that in the family. Well, I take the vaccine. I guess I want to see what happens with the other people first. It's easy to release a vaccine and and test it on 1,000 people and say, okay, yeah, it seems to be effective. Doesn't seem to be any really serious side effects and stuff like that. But when you go from vaccinating 1,000 people to vaccinating 1 million people, you're going to get more things. And so I kind of want to see what happens. But yeah, I'll probably take it if it looks safe, and if it'll help me get this stupid mask off. I hate the mask. It's really annoying being in a mask for 12 hours straight at work. Medical equipment manufacturing jobs are a lot more dependable than working at a theme park, amusement park. Um, I guess so. I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah, I guess. But you'd think that working like at Disneyland would be pretty regular work too. But a lot of times when they shut the park down because they're redesigning part of the park. A couple years ago they redesigned the entrance to Disney California Adventure, and because that they blocked the parade route, and we couldn't do the parade for like a year and a half. Yeah, well, that's one of the things they do, Pegtooth, is they'll bounce you around a lot. I mean, I never really had that kind of problems with it. Sometimes I got to do some kind of fun things. If they were shutting down part of the park for a while, I know that they'd assign us to another department for a couple years in a row. I would go and help them put Christmas lights up on what they call Small World Mall, which is kind of if you know the park, it's kind of from the Matterhorn back to Small World, and they put the Christmas lights in the trees and on the facade of the attraction, and all that. And I got to help with that, and that was kind of fun. It was overnight work, so you know go in there like 8 o'clock at night, and they'd shut the park down at 10, get everyone out, and then we'd start pull out the scissor lifts and start hanging lights up. And yeah, I think I've gotten a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera now. I was still kind of unsure of myself, but I got more than 500 videos under my belt now. So where are the cats now? Well, one of them's right here. The other one nibbles in her room somewhere, probably up on the highest shelf. Right, Bite? Yeah. You may have missed it. Where's the turtle? The turtle is staying with my friend Beth right now. Um, I didn't, I couldn't move her when I moved here with the cats and all that. In fact, the cats I flew out here. I left them at home while Jordan and I drove here, and then I flew home and picked them up and brought them back. But I couldn't quite do the same thing with Flash, and I haven't. And last time I was in California, I was still living in the apartment. And the apartment would not have been a good place for her. So Light is loyal to the live streams. No, he's loyal to the kitty treats. Tell you what, if there were no kitty treats, he'd be in his room with Nibble. See, you don't see him give that much attention to the live stream, do you? And then he comes and he drops it and says he's got to go after it. Did I write President Bush yet? No, no, but I may do that. That's actually a good idea. Jordan, when Jordan makes a suggestion like that, you're stupid if you don't follow it. And you're right. He's right. It would probably be a good video. Yeah, that was horrible about that bombing in Nashville. I was just watching video of they had actually have video of the explosion when it happened. I saw that this morning. Have I ever thought about doing a live with Jordan? I've actually done a live stream with Jordan when he was here. about a year ago, we did a live stream, and we were both each in the other's live stream because he did one and then I did one. Yeah, Bite snuck in and is gone. Well, he'll be back. Yeah, he's like right here right now. I just saw him walk by. Yeah, it's possible that I might stop by and visit some national parks. Yeah, I heard that they've named somebody who they think may have done it. They're saying it actually may have been a suicide type bombing. He may have actually been in the camper in the motorhome when it went off. Other than Jordan, who's my favorite YouTuber? Honestly, I don't watch a lot of videos online. You know, the only other one I give any kind of watch at all, have any interest in is like Adam. It's funny. I've met Adam. I've met Carpetbagger, but I've never actually seen one of Carpetbagger's videos. Give Bite a belly rub. Well, if he decides to come back, right now he's just circling the couch. He's over here again. What he'll do is he'll go behind the laptop and then he'll go this way and back behind the couch. And, he's just going around in circles. Actually, he's kind of over there right now. But, well, that's something I'll have to look into to see if the national parks are open. Yeah, Adam the Woo. Yeah, Carpetbagger might be good. Like I said, I've just never sat down and actually watched him.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, Carpetbagger seems like a really nice guy. I just, like I said, I've never. I didn't even notice it until Bill mentioned Carpetbagger. I didn't even notice that. I just saw Carpetbagger, and that's what I thought. You pay $10 a month for YouTube Premium, so no ads. Take Spanish lessons and guitar lessons on here. You love YouTube. All right, there you go. Get a laser for the cats for Christmas. Yeah, I've actually had a laser for them. In fact, I used to work at a company that made machines that make CDs and DVDs, and so I actually had a real laser, not one of those, little flashlight laser things. It's an LED. This is a real gas laser, and I used to project it on the wall. And I got actually a photo of this guy here jumping off the ground, and he's like 4 feet off the ground trying to get the light. Let's see if I can. Maybe I have it on my Facebook page here. Let me show you here. Let's see. Better finding stuff. Better finding stuff on Facebook when I'm looking at like on a computer or something like that. Probably in there, maybe. I think I had it as my profile picture, so let me see if I can find it. No, I don't see it. That's one of the things I used to drive at Disneyland. So you can get it without the glare there. That's from The Little Mermaid. If you remember, the witch Ursula had two minions, Flotsam and Jetsam. Well, I used to work the Phantasmic show at Disneyland, and I drove one of them. I think that was Jetsam. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, what else have we got here? It's kind of fun to look at. Saw a picture there. I had to figure out what that was. One year, Jordan came over and helped me do one of my Halloween decorations. He dressed up as a big gorilla. So that's Jordan as a gorilla about since 2014. So that's how long ago that was. And I used to work a show at Disneyland called the Viva Navidad show. It was actually at California Adventure. And it was kind of a Latin themed Christmas show. And one year, one of the first years, they decided those of us who were going to be out on stage, they wanted us in costumes. So we had the hats and the ponchos and the whole thing. And I snapped a picture of myself one year, and it occurred to me that I looked just like the guy on the Tapatio bottle. So I actually photoshopped myself into the Tapatio bottle. See if we can get rid of some of the glare here. So that was kind of funny. I actually put that on my Facebook page, and then like for the next day, the lineup that did at work had that picture in it, so somebody had seen it and thought it was funny. Let's see, I've been talking now and haven't been reading. Yeah, Jordan is the only one I watch at all. And I mean, I'm not even necessarily watching every one of his. It's certain ones right now I go and watch. Between having a full time job and doing my own vlogging, it just doesn't leave a lot of time for other things. So yeah, these cats are spoiled, definitely. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Bite. Bite wants a treat, but the guy who's dishing out the treats is looking at his phone. Big Tooth wasn't even born in 2014, huh? Interesting. Have I lost weight? Yeah, I have. I don't know exactly, but um, I've been thinking what I was going to do is try and find out what I was at my peak. I'm attributing the weight loss to the fact that I'm working because when I'm working, I'm like on my feet and I'm moving all the time. And I think I probably lost 20 or more pounds. But I think there's a way I can figure out exactly how much I've lost because I didn't know what I was at my peak because at my peak, um, I had a scale, but the scale was in the storage locker. So, but I know right before I started the job, they did a health screening for me and I had to go down and do a physical and all that. And during that time, they weighed me. So I've been thinking one of these days I was going to go down to that place and ask them to tell me what I weighed at that time. Hi, Rhonda, Charlotte, and Logan. How are you doing? Was Santa good to you? Was Santa good to you? No, Santa didn't bring you anything, did he? Just that lump of coal. Yeah. Have I bought a 10-gallon hat yet? No, I have not. I have thought it'd be funny to get one. Maybe come on a live stream and not even talk about it, just be wearing it. Yeah, I'm still wearing the Fitbit thing. It isn't actually a Fitbit. It's a competitor, but everyone knows what Fitbit is. So yeah, I do that because there's like a benefit that I get from work, where if I get a certain number of points, and I get points for walking, I get points for looking at little suggestion cards that they put on the screen for me, and I get a certain number of points, and they start giving you money. And one of the things I can get is like a Home Depot gift card. So probably going to do that at some point. I got 65 bucks already accrued. So I don't know. We'll wait till 100, and then then my work will pay for one of the projects around the house. All right. So Charlotte and Logan were treated well then, huh? And they spoiled daddy. There you go. The Waco kid. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Are you going to do the same thing in the spring as it with the garden? You can do the build the same kind of thing because like I said, that whole idea was just me wandering around Home Depot one day and I said, "Oh, I see how they're doing that. I could do something like that." Yeah, sometimes there's a lot to weight loss to just being active. I was so sedentary when I was working, or when I wasn't working. It was a lot of just kind of hanging around the house or you know doing vlogs or something like that. But you're gonna do lots of veggies. That's cool. We got a belly rub request fight. Belly rub time. All right, there you go. There's our belly rub. You got sick and lost 240 pounds. That's an awful lot. Better now, but you're saying you're still down the weight. That's good. That's good. How much is an average gallon of indoor paint running? It's about $35 a gallon. Logan was rubbing your belly too. Did you know that? Yeah. What do you say to that, huh? You're just spoiled, aren't you? Oh, Logan's rubbing her own belly, her own cat's belly, not yours. Sorry, I read that wrong. We live in Canada and just recently had two avocado plants growing indoors. See, that might be something to do too. I'm not really an avocado fan, but I like guacamole. So seems like it went at least 6 months. Yeah, it was probably closer to 9 months. I arrived here in May of 2018 and found the job in March of 2019. So almost 10 months. Now Bite wants some treat. You always want some treats, don't you? That's the only reason you're here. If it wasn't for the kitty treats, you'd never come out of your room, would you? Everything you need's there. Food, water, litter box, and a shelf to hide on. Oh, it was Bite. Okay. It was Bite. It was your belly they were rubbing, Bite. Hello, Laura. Long time. Yeah, that's true. Avocados grow in a tree, so that probably wouldn't do very well in a planter. I'm probably gonna have to do smaller things. I mean, I do. I wouldn't mind like having an apple tree or an orange tree or white grapefruit tree. Avocado is named after a body part. Ouch, my avocado hurts. Hello, Louise. Thank you. Yeah, I had a good Christmas. Hope you had a good one too. Actually, I took Christmas Day off. I didn't have to do anything on Christmas. Well, I did. I did the live stream, but basically, it was just a simple day. You just started a new lockdown in Ontario. Yeah, I really hope that this vaccine does its thing. Yeah, one of the neighbors had an avocado tree near my parents' house, and so and it was big. It was a huge tree. Like I said, I'm not enough of an avocado fan to uh, probably grow avocados. The only thing I would do with it, like I said, we'd make guacamole. I like guacamole. If I ever tried playing hide and seek with the cats, they're better at hiding than I am because they know I'll look for them. If I hide, they'll just ignore me. And I'll just be there forever. If I do a New Year's live stream, will I have champagne instead of water in the glass? I don't know. That would be kind of a funny live stream, though. Just watch me drink and get drunk. Actually, that might be kind of depressing too. Who knows? Yeah, I heard that there's like a new strain of the virus, and of course we knew that was coming. But I've also heard something that the vaccine is effective on that one too. So I don't know. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate that. It's really nice of you. I missed you too. What's the story about the powder-born? I don't know. Is that I don't know if that's a typo or something like that. Maybe ask that question again because I'm intrigued. The girls love talking to my mom. That's great. Yeah. Somebody commented on that video that they were glad I did that because they were alone. And I said, well, that was sort of the reason I did it. You were alone, I was alone, my mom was alone. What better way to solve loneliness than to get together? Yeah, Jordan told me he'd done a Sparkle Horse video. In fact, I think he mentioned it on the live stream on Christmas Day, on my live stream, because he was here for a while. You can try the Instant Pot chicken recipe today. Cool. Yeah, I like the Instant Pot. You know, I wasn't sure I would really actually use it. Oh, you're okay. The powder horn on the wall. Okay, you're talking that thing right there. It isn't actually a powder horn. It's actually a horn. Here, I'll show you. I'll go get it. Yeah, it's actually it's a real like bullhorn or something like that, but it's actually a musical instrument. I can't play it very well, but let me see if I can get a noise out of it here. I'm not a trumpet player, so yeah, I know. Like I said, it's actually a horn. So yeah, it's just I don't remember where I got it, but I've had it for a while. With a bunch of like zip ties on it to kind of keep it on a short leash here. Leave it there for now. Maybe it'll inspire some more conversation here. Yeah, all those musical instruments, and that's the best I could do. Yeah, I never played you know, any of the brass instruments. So, you know, and you know, I could, you know, if I had like a tuba or a trombone or something like that, I could probably make sound on it. But you know, you the smaller instruments like trumpets and stuff like that that have a really small mouthpiece, you got to be kind of good to make that happen. It takes a little bit more practice than I have. Your OCD is kicking in. Put it back before it gets broken. Yeah, it'll be fine there until we'll put it back at the end of the. We'll put it back before the you know after the after the live stream. I assume the question is, what did I play piano? Yeah, that was the first thing I learned. You know, like I said, my parents tried to push their musical tastes onto me, and it never took. You know, I played the piano for a while. I played the clarinet. I played the saxophone. I'm better at those than I am at trumpets and brass instruments. Any plans for a New Year's Day vlog? I don't know. I might not do a New Year's Day vlog because New Year's Day is actually on a Friday, and I don't usually post on a Friday. Last week, you know, the video I posted on Friday, that was special just because it was Christmas and I had an extra Christmas lights video. What instruments did I play? Woodwinds mostly. Clarinet, saxophone. I've played the flute, but I've played the flute, but not really in a performance setting. I've just, you know, yeah, read instruments exactly. No, no, I doubt Adam even remembers me. We met one time. Does my sister play any instruments? I think my parents tried to get her to play piano too, but you know, it was more they wanted her to do like ballet and gymnastics and stuff like that, and so they did a lot of stuff. You have a hand drum, what like a bongo drum? Oh, you mean do I keep in touch with Jordan? Yeah, we talk periodically. We're not the get on the telephone kind of people and chat. We do most of our conversing through texting. But Jordan came onto the live stream I did on Christmas Day, and he was here for a while. So that's how we keep in touch. He watches my vlogs. I watch his, and occasionally we'll pop in on each other's live streams. Your husband's going to cut your hair. He's a retired Air Force pilot, and you wonder what your hair. Yeah, you're going to look. You're going to have a buzz. Is my sister musical? No, no, not really. Jordan has good advice. Ain't that the truth? Holy cow! Yeah, I mean, even when he gives me advice. Even if I have to stop and think about how I'm going to do that, it'd be a fool. I'd be foolish of me not to, because he throws he throws fresh meat at me. He not just stuff that he doesn't want to do. He'll throw really good ideas at me. So he was telling me I should try and contact President George W. Bush, who lives like 20 miles from here, and I could maybe pull that off. Where a bite and nibble. Bite's over there. I don't know if you'll be able to see him. Yeah, there he is, right there. And Nibble's in her room, I'm sure. Thanks, Dan. I'm glad you like the planters. Yeah, I think they turned out well. Is that one of my shirts? Well, yeah, they're all one of my shirts, but this isn't like a vlog shirt. This is a promotional T-shirt from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I got this when Jordan and I went and visited the gas station from the movie, because that's here in Texas. We've actually been there twice now. We spent the night there before we came in, and while we were driving here, and you can stay there. And then we went to like lunch at the house, which is also still exists, and it's like a restaurant now. So we went and had lunch there, and then we drove to Waco, and then we went back when Jordan was here last January. We went there again because he wanted to have a barbecue again. Did I ever figure out what the beeping sound on Christmas Day? Yeah, it did. Turned out it wasn't outside. It turns out it was one of the smoke detectors in the master bedroom. I replaced all the smoke detectors in here when I moved in, but there's a couple of them that are still here from the previous owners, and I guess the battery started dying, and that was what I was hearing. It took me a while because after the live stream was over, first thing I did was went outside to see if I could figure out where it was coming from, and I couldn't hear it outside. I'd hear it. It's like, no, that's not outside. And so I started walking around. I thought maybe it was something in the garage, and I went in the garage. I couldn't find it in there, and I finally just traced it down. It was actually in the master bedroom. So I just took the batteries out of it, and it's in the garage now. What's my favorite Guided by Voices poster? Oh man, that's a hard one. No, actually it isn't. Actually, on my laptop. We can go mobile here. Hang on a second. Yay! Yeah, you can come with me. Here's something we've never done on a live stream. Got up and walked around. This one here, I think, is my favorite, just because there's only like 5 of them in the world. It was originally designed to be in 2004. The band broke up. Allegedly, they did their last show in Chicago. I was at that show, by the way. And this was supposed to be the promotional poster for that. It was submitted and it ultimately was rejected because they thought it'd be a copyright issue with all the Frankenberry and Count Chocula and Boo Berry, all that stuff. But like I said, I like this one because it's a wood block imprint. So what they did is they cut the negative image on a block of wood, and then they painted the block of wood and they let the poster on top of it and like put a roller over it so that the image is transferred to the board. And like I said, there's like 5 of these in the world. So I like that one. That one's definitely one of my favorites. All right, back to business. Good question though. You got to see me do something I've never done before. Got up and walked around during a live stream. All right, let's plug the mouse back in here. Plug in the plug here so we don't run out of juice here. That's no fun. When am I going to do a paint video? I assume another painting video in the house. I don't know. Anytime. Yeah, maybe on my long weekend next weekend we'll do that. Well, you plant that tree in the yard. I assume you mean the maple tree that I brought. I don't know if I lost that or not. I'm gonna have to see what happens this spring. It had a bad year last year, and it may not have survived. I hope it did, but if it did, it definitely will go in the ground. When's the next cooking video? Tonight. I've actually recorded. It's already uploaded and ready to go. So I actually managed to do 5 videos last week. So that was good. Oh, you mean the tree behind me? Oh, yeah. I'll definitely plant that in the yard somewhere. I don't know where yet. Might even go in the front yard. This thing is supposed to get to be like 80 feet tall or some insanely high tree. So it'll be a full size tree, and who knows? If I had it in the front yard, it'd be cool because then when it came to Christmas time, I could just put lights on the Christmas tree. Do I still have contact with GBV? I still run the website. We have a Guided by Voices Facebook page. It's growing members like crazy. Very happy with that. We post new stuff that we put on the site, but except for occasionally going to see them. I haven't seen them since I've been here in Texas. Last time I saw them was a couple years ago in California. Yeah, in terms of what I'm going to plant in the garden, I haven't really figured it out, but I've got some ideas. Probably won't be green peppers. I'm not really into green peppers. Honestly, I'm not really into onions, although most of the recipes I make have onions in them. But jalapeno peppers, definitely. There's going to be some jalapeno peppers. Probably some tomatoes, carrots, maybe. I like carrots. I think corn might be a little big for that, but who knows? Maples need a lot of water. Yeah, they do. Is it an Instant Pot recipe? No. There's a big elaborate story about tonight's recipe though, and you'll have to wait until you see it in the video. The bear stopped moving once I moved into the house. No more ghosts. Yeah, who knows? Bear almost looks like he's dead now, doesn't he? There we go. Oh wait, now he's covering up Jordan's movie here. That's no good. There we go. How about that? Then you can see Jordan's movie right there. Did the cats have a meowy Christmas? Yeah, they were sort of meowy, weren't you? You can sort of see him over there. Did I ever see the Flaming Lips? No, I didn't. No, I never got a chance to see them. It's one of those bands I'd like to see, but just didn't work out yet. I mean, I guess they're still together, so there's still a chance. Yeah, not so much a radish fan. I do love spinach, so that's actually a really good idea. I wouldn't mind growing some fresh spinach. I eat a lot of fresh spinach. You know, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Hi, Kathy. You're not that late. We're about the halfway mark, so plenty of time. You can see the berry kind of blended into the background. He was kind of slouching a little bit. Violent Femmes. I saw the Violent Femmes. They were awesome. It was at like the Orange County Fair or something like that a number of years ago. Violent Femmes were fun. Yeah, lettuce. That's another good idea. Tomatoes, definitely tomatoes. I love tomatoes. You know, big one, big humping tomatoes. Is there a garden store where I can go, or just Home Depot? Oh, I know where there's a couple of nurseries around here. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Home Depot has some good stuff sometimes, but you know, it can be a little on the limited side, especially right now. I mean, it's crazy. You know, their whole outside area is almost has almost nothing. Yeah, beefsteak tomatoes. Yeah, that's right. Was the Christmas tree my Christmas decoration for my mom? No, I bought this myself. Bought this one myself. I decided I wanted to have have a live tree this year, but I can't have it in the house because this guy will try and eat it. So I bring it out for the live streams, and it goes out in the backyard. And gets more water out there anyway, so he kind of prefers that. Walmart has good plants. Yeah, I guess so. Haven't really thought about that, but yeah, that's an option. You love the Christmas light videos? Cool. Yeah, I like those too. I like shooting those. That first house I shot on Christmas Eve, I showed you on Christmas Eve, that one was just insane. Like I said, I you know, went online and said, hey, you know, where's some of the best Christmas light videos or Christmas light you know, houses in the area, and they gave me a list of seven. Actually, it was an article from like 4 or 5 years ago, but you know, it's still there. So I wonder if my neighbors are into gardening. I don't know. That might be something to figure out at some point. You saw Alice Cooper and was invited to go, but you didn't know any of the songs. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, Alice Cooper. That would be a fun one to see. We started growing African violets and leaves. Yeah, well, you know that funny little plant I brought with me from California. Yeah, that's how that started too. I actually brought that with me from California in a glass of water. You know, it's just a couple of leaves I just put in a glass of water and just kind of secured in there, and it turned into a fully functioning plant. So I kept that alive. That plant is like 30 years old. That thing's insane how old it is. It's amazing how many plants that you can just cut a leaf off and plant it and it'll grow. I was your backup when I told you when you told your husband that it could be done. Yeah. Well, there's like I said, there's a bunch of. I wasn't aware that African violets would do that, but I know there's a bunch of plants that will. What did I get for Christmas? It was just kind of a simple Christmas this year. Um, I got gift cards from my sister. I got some cash from my mom. Actually, she said she sent me cash. Hasn't arrived yet. Maybe tomorrow. Um, and then my mom sent me a couple of puzzles. I showed those on the live stream on Christmas Day. Geraniums are great plant snippets. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. And you're doing a hibiscus. Okay. Yeah, fresh herbs would be good too. I've actually got a rosemary tree out front, a rosemary bush out front, and so that's yeah. The goldfish were fun. It was really soothing to watch. To go out there at night and watch them, but it's also a lot of work keeping the pond going. The fish were fun, but I don't miss the pond. I really don't. Let's see what that was. Yeah, yeah, the rosemary plant smells really nice. Now I didn't know. I guess there's different varieties of rosemary because the ones I had one in the house in California, but this one actually has little blue flowers on it. So it must be a slightly different variety. It's just covered with blue flowers, so that's kind of cool. You got three Christmas cards, but one of them was from your optometrist, huh? Could you see the one from your optometrist? Yeah, it'd be really funny. They put the printing really, really tiny and small so you can't read it. It's like, wow, I need glasses. I think we have some gardening enthusiasts here. Yeah, maybe. That's cool. I can use advice. We're going to be doing this. I'm sorry, I'm full of bad jokes, Bill. It isn't me without bad jokes. I guess if I had kids, it'd be called dad jokes, right? Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to having a garden. That's one of the things I really like about the house is get a nice big backyard. It's not as big as I was hoping to get, but it's still probably 3 or 4 times the size of the yard I had in California. So there's a lot of room to do things. That will change significantly over the next few years because I'll plant some fun stuff in there. You talk about bad jokes. Connie Phillips says you should do a lot of vlogs on gardening. Sounds like weed. Enjoy them all. Bottom boom. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to having my own vegetable garden. Are the sprinklers a nuisance? No, not really. I am going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with the garden in terms of irrigation because right now I don't have anything in there. But it might just be something simple like just building something I attach to the sprinkler or to the garden hose and just pull it out there and turn it on periodically. Did I put a weed barrier in the planters? No, I didn't. No, but it's so deep. It's good 12 inches deep of soil in there. So you know any weeds that are going to happen in there will probably grow on the surface, and we'll just kind of have to keep track of that. What I can do is, in the next couple months, if weeds start growing in there, is that we can just cover the whole thing up. And without light, weeds don't do very well. Grow some marijuana. Oh, all right, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't think Texas has much of a sense of humor about that. One of the things I got to do, I actually do have to go look at my sprinkler system. There's something wrong with the controller because the sprinklers don't go off automatically. I have to go out and manually start them. Now everything seems to work, but for some reason the controller start um, doesn't start on its own. Like I said, I have to manually start it. So I want to look at that. It's probably just something stupid in the programming. No, I haven't seen the cats go behind the desk yet, but I left it back there for them. There's still a gap back there, and who knows? Maybe they have been back there. I just haven't seen it. Yeah, yeah, I really like that movie that Jordan's in, Christmas with the Clones. It's this one here. Yeah, it's a funny movie. It strikes me as being almost a direct ripoff of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation because it's the same basic story, but it's set differently, and so it's going to appeal to a different audience. You can always go catnip for the cats. Oh yeah, that's just what these guys need. Can you imagine these guys tearing around the house on a catnip vendor? Ah. Have I seen Jordan on anything else besides the Christmas movie? Well, that's really the only movie he's done. He's done a few commercials, and if you look at the Facebook page, the Jordan the Lion Facebook page, there's some clips that I've put up there, of him in commercials. He did that what Unusual Suspects show or whatever it was he was in. Yeah, Bite's always showing his butt. Are we making cheesecake today? No, that sounds good. Oh, you are making cheesecake today. That sounds good. I like cheesecake. Yeah, well, fortunately with sprinkler things, I have enough experience with them that, I can fix simple, make simple repairs. I already had to make a repair. In fact, I think I showed you a video of it. Um, I accidentally broke a head, broke the riser, and so I had to kind of dig that out. And yeah, he was on Big Bang Theory. That's true. I've got footage of that. He's done a couple commercials. Well, he's done a bunch of commercials, but in fact, there's ones he's done that I didn't even know that he was in. You never seen Jordan's Christmas movie? Oh, you got to check it out. It's a good movie. It's one that I put into my repertoire every year. Maybe I'll have to put some of his stuff up on the Facebook page because I got a few things that he's done. You're making a fencing jacket. Is that why you need the cardboard? You made Bailey's Irish cream cheesecake for Christmas. Sounds yummy. Yeah, I watched the episode. We were talking about the Twilight Zone episodes a couple weeks ago, I think, on a live stream, and I watched a couple episodes just this past week. I think on like on Christmas night, I think I watched like Night of the Meek and a couple others. Yeah, I like cheesecake too. It's yummy. Why is it we always end up talking about food on live streams? Don't get that. I mean, it's not like I'm hungry or anything because I just ate breakfast. So you have to stretch the material out in order to cut the material out. Okay. I guess that sort of makes sense. Topped with cherries. Yeah, there you go. Made homemade mac and cheese. I did a recipe once where I did mac and cheese in the Instant Pot. That actually turned out really well. I was surprised how well that turned out. At least you don't have to worry about blowing out the sprinkler lines before winter. Yeah, it gets cold, but not generally that cold. Do I have to monitor the pool water quality? Uh, no, technically not. But actually, I was thinking that on the video I'm going to shoot today, I think I'm going to take the cover off the pool. Uh, the main reason for putting the cover on the pool was that I just wanted to make sure that when all the leaves dropped, all the trees dropped all their leaves, the leaves didn't end up in the pool because they would. But all the leaves are off the trees now, so I think it'll be if I take the cover off, then I can get access to the water and put some chemistry in it if I need to do that. Oh, you used my recipe. Okay, that's cool. Was that the one I did in the Instant Pot? When it comes to food, we come to food. Yeah, well, I guess that's true. You didn't think you'd get into sewing as much as you did, but it's fun being creative. Yeah, I know. I like doing stuff too. That's part of what building that planner was all about. I had kind of a picture in my head of what I wanted to look like, and I think it turned out really well. I'm happy. I'm happy with how it turned out. You ever find out what the beeping noise was outside? Yeah, it wasn't the kids or anything. It was one of the smoke detectors in the master bedroom. Its battery was dying. Who knew? Took me like 15 minutes to find it too because it was going off about once a minute. And so I figured, okay, there's got to be, it's got to be a warning of something. And almost immediately I started thinking smoke detectors. But I said, all of the smoke detectors that are in the house for the most part, I put here, and they're all like new within a year, and they're supposed to be good for 10 years. So shouldn't have been that, but there were a couple of them that the previous owners put in, and it was one of those. It was going bad, so I just pulled it off the wall and took the batteries out. And it's not beeping me anymore. Hi, BNA. We're going to grow strawberries for a flash. You know, one of the advantages of building the planter the way I did rather than putting it in the ground is that flash won't be able to get into it. So I don't know, strawberries. I love strawberries. That might be an option too. Who knows what I might do? You do all the recipes? That's great. Thank you. I think you'll like the one I do tonight too. There's kind of a fun story with that, and I'll tell you that when you watch the video tonight. Yeah, isn't it funny how the batteries always go out at 3 in the morning? Yeah, I want to see Flash eat strawberries too. I just I just love having Flash around the yard. It's kind of cool having her, bouncing around and doing her thing in the yard. She's gonna love this yard too. Big yard, a lot of places for her to hide, and a lot of places I'm gonna have to try and find out where her hiding places are. She's really good at finding some place that you don't know exists. Even after living in that house for 20 years, she still found places where it's like, did she get out? Where is she? And, oh, there she is. Found some corner or some tree to hide behind or some bush to get into. There's a lot of that here. Yeah, I hope you're right, Connie. Like I said, I'm going to probably do a bunch of different things. So, hopefully, hopefully we'll get a good variety of things. Flash is cool. Yeah, yeah. I like having Flash. Any idea when she's going to get here? No, it's going to be a matter of when I can drive to California and pick her up because I don't want to put her on an airplane. Yeah, blackberries and raspberries, that'd be good too. Not really a rhubarb fan. Charlotte says it's snowing there. I've actually got GoPro footage of Flash. I never put a GoPro on top of her, but I would do like time lapse footage of her. Flying tortoise, yeah, right? Never had rhubarb. Okay. I've only had it a couple times. Like I said, it isn't something I don't like. It's not one of my favorite things. I guess it's kind of an acquired taste, which is weird because I'm usually into really unusual flavors. She could walk to Texas, but it'd be very slow. Yeah. Well, that's why you need the GoPro on time lapse mode to speed that all up. Can I do a cheesecake video? Maybe. You know, we'll have to see if I can find one that I like. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there are so many people that abuse things like that. Oh yeah, she's a service animal, right? I think a lot of people do that. Just they do it just to take advantage of the system. Rhubarb and apple pie, you mean together? Apples would be fun to grow. I wouldn't mind doing that. We had a peach tree when I was a kid. That was fun too. I'm the new Martha Stewart. Hopefully, I'll stay out of prison. That always seems to happen when we do a live stream, huh, VNA? We always start talking about food. And it isn't me because I'm not really hungry because I had breakfast right before I went live. You're going through recipes to find a brown sugar fudge. You're listening but not commenting. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I don't mind that. Rhubarb custard pie, huh? I wouldn't mind doing like a lemon meringue pie. I love that. That's awesome. Where's Bite? Bite's around here somewhere. I don't know where he is at the moment. You're on a seafood diet. Yeah, that's where you seafood and you eat it. Let's see, once again, one of the things I got to work on a little bit. You may not pick it up, but there's a closet door right here. And that was one of the doors I took off when I painted the doors in the house. And that one didn't go back on exactly right. It doesn't latch closed. And so I've noticed like in the last week or so, the cats have discovered that that doesn't close. And so when I'm sleeping at night, they're in that closet. So I want to I think fix that. We'll probably do that someday. I think I see what the problem is. It should just be a simple adjustment, but it's not working right now because the door keeps opening on its own. I don't think it's opening on its own. I think some cat's doing that, and it's not really a problem. There's nothing in there that they can hurt or that can hurt them. But I'd be concerned that I'd close it and lock one of them in there. I might not find them for a while. Oh man, what is this bad joke day? You tried growing a loofah, but the climate wasn't good for loofah vines. It died and was expunged. Ouch! You call my jokes bad? Oi! Hi, Black Dot. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, right. Rim shot time. Am I going to any New Year's party? No. Probably just hang out around the house. I did find out a couple days ago that I'm not actually working New Year's Eve day. Originally, they'd asked for volunteers for that, but they couldn't get enough people to make it worth having the line run. So they just called and said, "Yeah, no, we're not working on that." So I get 2 days off. I get New Year's and New Year's Eve off this year, so that's cool. Looking forward to that. Oh, there's Bite. Hey, Bite.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
Put this up here now so Bite can come up and say hi. Let's see where we go. We had that there, didn't we? Otherwise, Bite will be sleeping on Jordan's DVD. Garden boxes look nice. Thank you. Yeah, they turned out good. I'm pleased with them.
Meow. Meow.
New Year vlogs, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Haven't really figured out what I'm going to do. This is my short weekend, but I'm actually one vlog ahead. So I've actually already got tonight's vlog shot because I think I shot that on like New Year's Eve or Christmas Day or something like that. Hey, you. Come on up. Yeah, there he is. Now he's going to show his butt on this side. Yeah, going to walk behind me here. Is the bear in your way? Yeah. And the horn? Never got a chance to smell that before, have you? Can you imagine how much he'd jump if I blew on that thing right now? Am I going to plant any flowering bushes? Not in the planter. The planter is going to be for a vegetable garden. But I do like plants that flower, so maybe. One of the things I tended to do in my house in California, and I'll probably do it here, is try and erase the borders of the yard with plant life. So rather than seeing a fence behind me, it would be a bunch of shrubs or bushes or something like that. I think it just kind of makes it feel a little bit more personal, a little bit more private, if you will. Got to go on a walk soon. Might buy some beer if it's not too cold. All right. It's not too cold today. Yeah, I like walking too. And that is one of the things I kind of look for with plants that I put in the yard. I want them to attract like butterflies and bees and hummingbirds and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's definitely something I look forward to or look for when I get plants for the yard. I did a lot of that in California. Most of the plants I had there were very attractive to the butterflies and the bees and the hummingbirds. So no reason not to do that again. Am I still talking to the previous owners? No, I mean I'm not having regular conversations with them. I talked to them that one time, and but we're still on talking terms. We haven't had a fight or anything like that. I noticed that they got a Christmas card here that didn't get forwarded, so I ended up calling them and saying, hey, you want me to forward this to you? Send me an address. I'll just send it to you. There's the bite man.
Meow. Meow.
Yeah, it's my buddy. I'd like to think he just likes my company, but he just likes the kitty treats. That's all it's about. If there were no kitty treats, he'd go into his room and that'd be the end of him. BNA wants to hug you. What do you think about that? No? Yeah? Yeah? I guess I could think of worse things. She didn't say when she wants to kick you in the head or anything. Whole beans and morning glory are great to grow up against fences. Yeah? I had a honeysuckle tree, actually two of them that I planted in the house in California. I wouldn't mind doing those again. Those things are supposed to get huge. And just in the 2 years that I had it, it definitely did. It was definitely getting there. When I found out what it was one of those things I bought. Well, my parents actually bought it for me bought one for me 1 year, and then I loved it and wanted another one. They got me another one. And only then did we actually find out what it was. And it's called a giant Burmese honeysuckle. And when I started looking that up, I saw a picture of somebody had planted one next to like an apartment complex building. And this one building had like 6 units. It was a 2-story building. So there are 3 units on the bottom, 3 units on the top. And this one plant had gotten so big that it literally covered the whole front of the building. So those things get big. Used to take a walk to the beer store and stagger back home. Yeah, I like the honeysuckle too. It was very fragrant. Like in May and June, the whole yard just reeked of that thing. I loved it. You know, I'd have the window open on the evenings, you know, when I was home, and and that smell would just waft in. It was awesome. Nibble will come up and join me on the chair when I'm like dishing out kitty treats. She'll eat right out of my hand, come up, stand on my chest, and you know I can feed her. But she doesn't like to be touched. She's just weird that way. This one, on the other hand, he loves being handled. He loves to be pet and touched. And unlike any cat I've ever seen, he doesn't have a problem with me touching his feet. Right? Get you up on your hind legs here. You're a very tolerant kitty. All right, thanks for stepping in, Mark. It was good to talk to you. Have a great day. Yeah, we're kind of winding this down. We'll be done in about 20 minutes anyway. So it was a good day. You know, these live streams go pretty fast. Do magnolia trees grow in Texas? I don't know. I mean, you know, the big company here, you know, one of the things that people know about Waco is Chip and Joanna Gaines. Well, their company is called Magnolia, so you'd think that maybe that has something to do with the tree, but I don't know. I've never actually looked into it. Hi, MJ. Yeah. I hope you had a great Christmas too. Flopping your tail around, aren't you? See, all of a sudden, he's my best buddy. Nibble. See if he can coax her out. Usually, if she's coming, I'll start hearing her jump down on the shelves. I have the dishwasher running right now, so I heard something. I'm not sure if it's the dishwasher or Nibble. Let's watch Bite run here. He needs some exercise because he's getting fat, aren't you? You're getting fat. I'll tell you, that's how you get him to exercise. Is either that or put him on a leash. Oh, there's Nibble. That one scared him a little. I only know one way to keep Bite from getting every one of them. Let's throw a few of them at once. Then we at least know Nibble gets one. There's another one. Let's see who finds it first. Bite found that one, but there's one closer to Nibble. I think she sees it. Yeah, she sees it. Yeah, she got it. All right. Back to the Breck Show. How we doing here? Let's see. What did I miss here? Raised buds look really good. Thank you. Yeah. Really? Not really, huh? And I'm guessing it's good, not God, too. Raised beds look really god. Do I ever give the cats catnip? I actually have some catnip. It's like in pellet form. It was designed actually to go into a toy that they have. So they kind of get the smell of it more than anything else. Oh, I love the typos that come in here. Some of them are really funny. I think it's because a lot of people like watch these like on their cell phone or something, rather as opposed to watching it on TV or on a computer. And sometimes, sometimes the spell checkers just do some really weird things. How many hours do I spend putting in the beds? Probably total. It was probably 12 or 14 over a couple days. But you got to remember, 95% of the work there was the fact that the yard is sloped, and so I had to kind of level out the area where the bed was going to be. If you have a flat yard, you could put something like that together, very very quickly. The preparing of the wood took a little time, you know, but the rest of it, you just figure out where you want it, you place it on the ground, and fill it up. It's really easy. Like I said, if I had level ground here, it would have been it would have been something probably went together. After the initial preparation of the wood, it would have probably gone together in a couple hours. Am I planting the trees I brought from California? I will at some point. I am not sure yet whether I lost the maple tree. I hope not. It had a bad year last year, and I hope it's still alive, but we'll find out. The palm trees are all good. I lost both the plumeria. I knew that was going to be a stretch. Plumeria aren't really a plant that's going to hold up well in the cold. But yeah, the palm trees, they'll go in the ground at some point. In fact, I kind of got some thoughts about where I want to put them. I have been watching the story about the volcanic eruption in Hawaii, and yeah, my friend Matt lives on the Big Island. He's on the other side of the island. He's over in the Kona section, but that's still, and it's on the other side of the volcano, so the lava is going to flow away from him. It probably won't affect him any more than maybe some earthquakes, but that's interesting. I mean, I've walked on that volcano. I've visited him a number of times on the Big Island, and we walked out over that volcano lava flow a bunch of times. We enjoyed going into lava tubes. Lava tubes are fascinating. But yeah, definitely been following that. That volcano has been erupting for constantly for like 40 years now, I think. I don't know of any time where it stopped. So, it's definitely an active volcano. Speech to text is useful, but you gotta do it right. You can't just talk like you normal talk. You have to, separate each of the words and enunciate very clearly. Hawaii would be a fun place to visit. You definitely, be fun to see my friend Matt again. He was talking about moving to another island at one point, Maui, I think he was saying. I love the Big Island just because of the geology. Anything exciting happening in the geological world? The volcano. That's always exciting. I haven't really heard of any big earthquakes. Oh, you call Texas cold? This is cold. You call that a knife? That's not a knife. This is a knife. Love that line. I'm sure that's what you were referencing to. No, I've been in real cold anyway, so I know what real cold is. Been to been to northern Minnesota in January. It was like 30 degrees below zero. That's cold. And people wonder why people in Minnesota drink so much. I don't wonder that. I don't wonder that at all. Was that water or vodka? This time it's just water. It was full at the beginning of the show. If I drank that much vodka, I'd be asleep now. Not usually one to drink vodka straight up anyway. Are there any music venues in your area? I'd have to go into Austin or Dallas or Fort Worth. I mean, there's a couple of small clubs in town, but they seem to focus more on country artists, and I'm not really into that. I'm more rock and roll. But Austin is a big place. Guided by Voices comes through Austin a lot. In fact, I got a DVD that they released of a show they did in Austin a number of years ago. But yeah, it'll be fun to be able to go to concerts again. Jordan didn't enjoy the native Montreal cold weather in that one vlog he did. Is that the one where he was going to go to the Ice Hotel? Is that one? Yeah, Austin's a big place for music. My friend Mike video. I assume you mean Matt, the one that does the ocean videos. You know, like I got running in the background. If you can see it through the pumpkin here, probably should figure that out a little better so you can actually see the video. But yeah, I'm running his video in the background there. I'm you doing that now. Oh, we have another dad joke here. The Ice Hotel was cool. That may have been unintentional, but that's still funny. Oh, Jay Wild checking out. She's got cookies to make. That sounds like an important priority here. Yeah, Guided by Voices isn't doing anything right now. They did a live stream type show a few months ago that was pretty good. But yeah, they aren't touring right now. I think for single guys, country music gets girls very friendly. Yeah, just not into it. It's not my thing. I think Guided by Voices goes to Portland a lot, so you have a probably good chance of seeing them there. Yeah, I don't hear about a lot of bands touring. You're right. I think everyone's trying to do the the live stream kind of thing, and that's sometimes that's going to be the best you're going to get. But it will be fun to start going to concerts again. You got into a friend's car a month ago and they were listening to country music and you asked them why the radio was broken. Yeah. What? Can't change away from that station? No, I don't want to say that. Country music is okay. It's not for me, but a lot of people love it. So, and I mean, this is Texas. You hear it all the time here. Do you like it that Dave Navarro or Billy Joe Armstrong will jam live on Instagram? Kind of cool. Yeah. It's so easy to do that. I mean, I'm doing it right now. All I have is a laptop and an internet connection. And that's all it's taken. And people who will come and watch me talk to my computer and pet my cat for 2 hours. But it's so easy to do. Anybody can do it. You just got to have the technology. And you got a smartphone, you can do it with your smartphone. All of Jordan's live streams are on his cell phone. Everyone always calls like Johnny Cash country, but I don't know. There's a lot of rock behind him, you know, and I like Johnny Cash. Hey, get any pictures of the Christmas lights? I have pictures, but I don't really want to post them. Like, for the same reason I don't want to show the front of my house. It's a security thing. I'm sorry. It looks really nice. I'm really proud of it, and I'm really happy that the neighbors all around me have Christmas lights up this year. But unfortunately, I won't be able to share them this year. Don't want pictures of the front of my house out there. Right, but we don't want any uninvited visitors, do we? I mean, we had Satan in here on the Christmas Day live stream, and I don't want Satan knowing where I live. That just doesn't sound like a good idea. Everybody that's in here would probably be just fine with it, but it's that one freak that's maybe lurking in the background that says, "Yeah, let's go there and cause some trouble." Yeah, lights look nice. I think it contrasted nice with the rest of the neighborhood. Like I said, a couple houses on the other side of the street, about three or four of them in a row, right across from me, did it. My neighbors on both sides did it. So, our little part of the block looks nice. Have I formed any friendships in my new town? I got a bunch of friends at work. So yeah. Hi, Barb. You used to have a hobby and then they invented call display. That's funny. This is like bad joke day, huh? You have to write all these down. Yeah, I don't think Satan should be in the group either. I blocked him. Wish it was really that easy. Yeah, Satan, you're blocked. Hi, Kenneth. Everyone popping in right here at the end here. So, you have anything to add? Anything beyond? I love cat brushes, and I love kitty treats. Yeah, you like that. You're putting a paw up there so you can control the brush. You like the brush, don't you? If I attached that to a wall, you'd rub against it until you're bleeding, wouldn't you? All right, you can have it until you drop it, and you know you will. Gas line hookup, yeah. There is no natural gas on the block, so I'm just kind of getting the impression that natural gas isn't a big deal in Texas, which is kind of a disappointment. I could conceivably still get you know like a big natural gas tank in the backyard, like like those propane tanks or something like that. But I don't know. Oh yeah, Bite loves that brush, don't you? Yeah. See, going back to Robo. Oh, now he's just gonna groom himself. Here's your address. I'm guessing that's like some famous location. I've seen like people like give their address, and it's like Wrigley Field or something like that. Is that what that is? I know a way to find out. 'Cause I think I've heard that address before. Yeah, I was right. Is that from Blues Brothers? Because I think that's where I heard it. Because didn't they the Blues Brothers say tell the police they lived on Addison and Wrigley Field? So I knew that I'd heard that address before, so I figured it had to be a joke. Be careful, you might figure out how to use the brush to open the treats. I know. I keep joking that he wishes he had thumbs. Yeah, Blues Brothers is a great movie. Fantastic performances in that. Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin and James Brown. Logan fell asleep laying against the TV. Wake up, Logan. Some people give cemetery addresses. What's really funny is when the person that's there who gives the cemetery address actually is in the cemetery. All right, thanks for stopping in, Connie. Yeah, we're coming to the end of this too. We're going to wrap up here any minute. I never saw any of the John Wick movies. I don't know. I think it just got to the point where those came out at a time I wasn't really watching movies. Because I got a friend of mine who's like really, really, really into Keanu Reeves, and she's always talking about those movies. She was the one that was the big person pushing to see the new Bill and Ted movie. Oh yeah, I'm sure you're right. pig tooth. That's exactly why he's doing it. He wants his head uphill. You know, sometimes he will lay, face first here, but yeah, you're right. That's exactly why he's doing that. And you're right. I could probably put like a blanket and a cushion or something that would level it off, and then maybe he'd face forward, or maybe make it so the cushion leaned upwards a little bit. All right, thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, we're gonna wrap. We're wrapping us up any minute here. So, and a lot of times that's what happens, John. They make one and then, oh, okay, well, let's make more because we made a lot of money on that one. Then it turns out being the same story. All right, yeah, it sounds like everyone's kind of wrapping up now, so I'm going to do that too. I've got my video up tonight. It's a recipe vlog. There's a very fun story about that. I'll tell you about it. And so yeah, there we go. You got that to look forward to. That should be up in looks like about 6.5 hours. So I mean it's up now, but it should go live in about 6.5 hours. So I think we're going to end this one now. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Christmas and a happy new year. And let's hope 2021 is better than this year's been. Thanks everyone. See you next year.